How's it going, everyone? Shifty here, and I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. Today I've got a quick guide on how to get the Lumina Exotic Hand Cannon. Now I'm going to warn you ahead of time, this is a pretty lengthy and hefty quest. It's not like any one step is particularly difficult, but they can be quite time consuming. But we'll get into that when the time comes. I'm trying to put out some quick guides for those of you who may be trying to get some of these exotic weapons via their original quest lines before Beyond Light comes out. When that drops, there will be other means to obtain these weapons, and we don't know exactly what the requirements will be. Anyway, if you find this video helpful or enjoy it in any way, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Any support is really appreciated. To begin this quest, you must head to the same camp that you found the Thorn quest in if you've done that. If not, head to the Trostland landing zone in the EDZ. Follow the route on screen. You essentially head into the salt mines, make your way through them to a fallen teleporter and use that. Head up the incline and to a blue barrier. There will be a small path off to the left that leads up to the camp. The Thorn quest is started in the burnt out campfire, you can grab that if you haven't done that yet, and the Lumina can be started via a chest in the back area of the camp. Once you've opened the chest, you'll get your first official step called a Fateful Gift, as well as a system positioning device. This step requires you to find the location of the original Thorn via the system positioning device. If you hover over that device, you'll notice colored text that gives you a hint at where to find it. Now, this location and hint will change every hour on the hour. You can either find it on your own, or I'll put a link in the description down below that will help you find the location based on what hint you have. If you're towards the end of an hour, just wait until the hour changes and get your next hint. Find where it's located and make your way wherever that may be. Once there, you will open the chest and obtain the original Thorn, except it's a quest step called Bearer of Evil's Past. And to complete it, you must generate 250 orbs of light. Now, depending upon your goals, you can either equip some masterwork weapons and go about your regular business and do some pinnacles or other activities or whatever you want, or you can load into your favorite area to farm enemies and go to town with your masterworked weapons. I personally did this step passively and was able to complete it in no time at all, really. But once it's done, you'll receive the next step in the quest called Rose Revealed. And for this, you are required to complete 3 other objectives, which will be in your bounty section. These objectives are supposed to restore the perks on the Rose Hand Cannon, which is the precursor to Lumina, and a legendary weapon that is actually pretty good in the Crucible. On to the 3 objectives. The first is called Band Together, and this requires you to complete a Nightfall strike with a score of 50,000 or more. This step can easily be done with the 10-20 Nightfall ordeal, which luckily is match made, so this shouldn't be too bad at all. The next objective is called Defend the Light, and this one requires that you defeat multiple enemy combatants in a row without reloading. And this step can be done passively while you're completing the other objectives. The only thing I might recommend is to be more conscientious if you're a compulsive reloader, like I am. The third objective is called Face the Hordes, and for this you need to complete the Blind Well, Black Armory Forges, or Escalation Protocol. And you need a total of 35 points, with different points being awarded for completing different activities. For this step, I think the fastest way is to complete the Blind Well. Completing a tier 3 heroic Blind Well will give you 7 points towards this objective. The issue here is finding a group or getting lucky and finding others already doing the activity might be a bit difficult. In my opinion, the method that is the most fun to do is Escalation Protocol. Each wave gives you 1 point, with the final wave giving you 3, so a total run of all 7 waves would result in 9 points. The one I wouldn't really recommend personally, unless you really love them, is Forges, which only give 4 points per completion. When all 3 of those objectives are complete, you will have yourself a Rose and the new quest step called FIRETEAM Leader. This is going to be a time-consuming step unless you've got some friends willing to help or you get a bit lucky. This step states that you need to complete activities throughout the solar system with Rose equipped. Fighting in a fire team with other Rose wielders grants the most efficient progress. Much like the last step, you get points depending on how many people have the gun equipped in the activity. If you're the only one, you will get 3 points. If there are 2 of you, then you'll get 7 points. And having 3 people nets you 12 points. Alright, since this quest is fairly old, you're going to have a harder time finding people using Rose in activities. The absolute fastest method would be to get a fire team of 6 people together, all using Rose to complete a run of the menagerie. If you can't find 6 people to do that, then the next best would be to run the Lake of Shadows with a fire team of 3 people using Rose. As mentioned before, if all 3 of you have rows, each run will net you 12 points, and this can be done in 4 to 5 minutes per run. So this step could take you as little as 45 minutes via this method. If you're like me and doing this solo, then I recommend speedrunning the Lake of Shadows anyway and taking your chances with the random teammates that you get. Many of my runs I got only 3 points per run since I was the only one using rows. A couple times I got lucky and got 7 points because there was one other person using it. And then one time I did get 12 points as all 3 members were using the gun. Some guns I would recommend for speedrunning the Lake of Shadows strike include the Ruinous Effigy or a shotgun in your energy slot, and the Falling Guillotine in your heavy slot for the boss. And of course in your kinetic slot you're going to have rows equipped. When this step is finally complete, you will be on a step called Strengthen Numbers, and there are 3 components to this step. You must defeat 100 guardians with hand cannons as a team, generate 50 orbs of light, and deny 1 invader before they kill any teammates in Gambit. So the 100 guardian kills is pretty straightforward. You don't even have to equip a hand cannon if you don't want to, as any kills from teammates with hand cannons counts. But to be efficient, you may want to put on your favorite hand cannon and head into the Crucible. The 50 orbs generated is pretty self-explanatory as well. If you are using masterwork weapons, this step will be pretty easy. To deny the invader, I would suggest equipping a sniper rifle and xenophage if you've got it, and head into Gambit. When your opponents are about to open the portal for the first time, which is at 25 motes deposited by them, get to high ground and be ready. Scope out popular invader spawns with your sniper. If you don't have heavy, try to snipe them, otherwise xenophage works really well for this step. And I don't know if you're required to have rows equipped here, but I went ahead and had it on just in case. When you've done all 3 of those objectives, you will be on the next and final step called Bloom, in which you must complete the Will of 1,000 strike with rows equipped, and you need to reclaim 11 lost light. To reclaim lost light, you will see purple hive crystals throughout the strike, and they can be destroyed but only with the rose hand cannon. You'll need to destroy 11 of these, and there are plenty of them throughout the strike, so you shouldn't have any problem getting enough. Once you've destroyed 11 and you make your way through the strike and defeat Zol, you will be done with this exotic quest and Lumina will now be yours. Alright, so that's it for my Lumina guide. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, remember to like and subscribe. And I just want to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.